All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Down. 8 read. 54. Line 54. Hey, what's the ball? What's the ball?
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, here's Barkley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but...
Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because After that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You must be dreaming. Check. Lucky. Pilot, 64, weak. Smooth. Ready.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Set, ready. 15, line it. 15 line. 54. Here we go, D. Get it.
Jones on 3rd and 2. It's caught by Funchess. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the first down.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Safe.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 39, Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's now 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Hey, high 7.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the gun, Jones looking for Shepard deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here we go.
16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, forward, Tokyo.
On play action, Wentz. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
81. 36. He's time to win. Hey, orbit.
Watch 36.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
Eagles first down.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. Levine. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check it out.
Brown.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there, but
down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for them. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Here we go, back man. 120!
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Down. 90 Wolf.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Earlier in the quarter, when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play, because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Hey, Zoo.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch up. Let's go.
And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Waiting.
Mike, 36. Blue there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 41-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Wentz on the give to Sanders. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He juked him. Powerful running. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Levine. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Waiting.
Mike 51. I'm coming up.
Bunch.
They'll run with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a third and about 13. Another run here with Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, dude. Hey, Delta.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They're going to run this with a tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. 120.
Here we go. Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down.
Wentz going to throw. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And they take a knee. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And now he'll turn and off his back foot. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
Here's Wentz to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a loss of 16 there. And it's going to be third down and forever.
Let's get it.
Here we go. Black, come on.
Double time.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On the return, it's Tate. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long.
Let's get off the field, defense.
Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking for Shepard deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Another run with Sanders. Oh, fighting off the defender. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly? Did you decline that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Set up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Bravo.
Jones now operating from the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 41 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Six yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. Get that quarterback at all costs. Be driven.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Eagles, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.